Hello, everybody. Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
How's it going?
It's going good. Sandy, you are impressing me like crazy with your vids. I swear to goodness.
You know,
I didn't know.
I just thought, man, that's a good one. Well, neither did I. But I just thought, hey, this is a good one for the scariest month of the year. Although these past 2 months have been the scariest months.
Well, this whole year. Good night.
Yes.
That was excellent. Wasn't that cool, Carrie? CPJ's in the comments tonight. Everyone's looking at you. Man, this is so weird, guys, because we were talking, Joe will be on in a little bit. He was having some technical difficulties. And but doesn't it feel weird just to kind of still be back on and only 3 times a week? Well, for you, it's 4 times, but kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it really does. Because I was like, I was trying to plan my week, and then I'm like, wait, I can do this on this day because we're not broadcasting.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking the same thing. I was like, you know what? I can actually do this and hang out with my wife here. I was like, okay, that'll work.
Hey, Gabs, welcome back from Austin.
Right, Gabs, it totally felt that way. Hey,
Hi,
Joanne. Thanks for coming in. Guys, we have not a planned show for you tonight, but it's going to be awesome. Okay?
It always is.
Yeah. I'm actually over here looking at what I wanted to show today. So we got some videos that we're going to show you guys to hopefully get you kind of feeling. I guess that's all I can say.
Right.
No particular feeling, just to get you feeling. So whether you feel mad at what the videos we show, or excited, or scared, or happy, you're just going to feel something. So, yeah.
Hi, Dolores.
Hi, Mama Jer.
So funny thing is Joe started hearing some crackling, and he's like, I can't hear y'all. And I'm like, well, I can hear Jamie. Jamie can hear me. You need to reboot.
That was him. Hey, Linda. How are you?
Hi, Linda.
So while we start getting prepped up to what we're going to share tonight, why don't you guys start typing in the comments what you guys did this weekend, or just share with us a story. I kind of want to start out just saying real quick, kind of a recap of what I was telling Joe and Sandy is I'm really, and I don't know if you've seen my Facebook posts or some of the posts I put on the channel, but I'm really trying hard this month to kind of, I dare I say flood, but really share some really sappy videos and sappy stories and things that make you feel good and things that make you feel really emotionally just, yeah, you know what I mean?
What up, Renee?
What's happening, Renee? And Renee, I hear we need to talk. We'll get to that later, but I hear we need to talk. So anyway, so if you start seeing a bunch of that stuff, yeah, go ahead.
Shauna ran a marathon this weekend.
Congratulations, Shauna. What kind of marathon was it?
26.2 miles in this heat.
That's amazing.
I know. Shauna is amazing. Shauna and Christy C ran one. So they are amazing. They are what I want to be when I grow up.
I hear you. I hear you on that. So yeah, share your stories with us like that, because we definitely want to hear it. We want to know, like what Shauna was saying, put your pictures in the group. I want to broadcast and just share good stuff as much as possible. And I'm not going to make a secret about it. Doing it because I just feel like there's a lot of emotions riling up as we get closer to the election. And one of the ways that I feel that we can battle that is just trying to give you guys some positivity when you come on, when you watch us, and when you go through our feeds, through our main feed and stuff. So I just want y'all to be charged emotionally in the positive sense.
Joanne said she sent Joe a ghost.
I sent an IT ghost. So yeah, so when you start seeing that, let us know. Gabby says, I broke it down on the dance floor, currently sore, so I know tomorrow I'm really gonna feel it.
Oh, get it? Drop it like it's hot.
I hope you don't have any corns.
Right. Carrie said she'd do a marathon today in the AC. Smart.
That's good. That's good. So while Joe's getting everything checked out and whatnot,
I was going to say something. Oh, speaking of our feed, did you see that post I shared today Well, I was trying to unite non-pineapples and pineapple lovers.
I thought it was funny. Aaron was posting in there, and so was I think Linda, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a candy corn pizza.
it
Okay,
was really
so
gross. It was
candy
really
corn
gross.
I love and pizza I love. They just don't go together. And I feel as strongly about that as some of y'all feel about pineapple and pizza.
Yeah, but pineapple and pizza, like when y'all don't like that, it's totally unfounded. It's as someone I know up high would say, it's wrong, just wrong. Okay.
Who up high do you know that says that?
I think if the president was here, he might agree with me on this. He might say the same thing.
I was like,
It's
who
kind
do
of
you
funny
know?
thinking. It's kind of funny thinking if he eats pineapple on pizza. I don't know why, but it actually gives me a little tickle right now.
Does it really? That's so
Yeah,
funny.
it's just weird, but it's just yeah, I think it's true. Um, so yeah, so Sandy, how was your? It's weird because I can't just say weekend because we hadn't seen you since last Wednesday.
I know. So for those, a lot of you guys have been following me on Facebook, and so last week, I mean, we went from getting probably the worst news possible on my niece to guys, she is home today. I mean, it was that bad. She got to go home today. And I mean, it was I'm telling you, this was had me well, I mean, I was a ball of nerves. I could not function very well. And when you function at work because you have to function. But I just thought,
It's like an autopilot, though, right?
yeah,
You're kind of like you're devoid of emotion, and you're just like cross your T's, dot your I's.
yeah. I mean, and I was just like this giant ball of nerves. And of course, she'd gone into surgery and they said it was just going to be a 2-hour surgery. Ended up being like an 8-hour surgery, probably about 8:30. Was it Friday? I can't even think. My days are just so scattered. They finally came out and said, hey, she's good. She's finally out. We just, had some complications as far as removing some tumors and stuff. But I mean, your head goes to worst case scenario. Like, and I wanted to be as positive as I could, but it was just so hard. But anyway, by the grace of God, she's home today. She loves Fazoli's, so they stopped at Fazoli's before she went home. And I'm telling you, and so basically, she's still not out of the woods yet. From now on, anything that they'll do is experimental and try to keep those tumors at bay and give her, a little bit longer with us. So, but she's
Yeah.
doing really good. She's super positive. I mean, honestly, she's amazes me at how strong and how brave she is. She told the doctor right before she went under, she's like, God has my back. And I'm like, could I say that? Could I be that strong? I don't know. It's just,
Well, you know what I think of is like, what is that term from the mouths of babies kind of thing?
no, yeah,
And forgive me, but I mean, she's 12. I still think of 18-year-olds as babies still because
oh
I'm just like,
yeah. That's what I always say. I'm like, that's a baby girl right there,
mm-hmm. And
and
so I think when they're that, they just have that innocence stays with them for a bit, and
yeah.
so
Yeah,
I,
and so she was so funny. I had asked her, I'm like, hey, I said, what time is visiting hours over? Because we were there, we'd been in her room for about an hour. And so
mhm.
what they're doing, and thankfully UMC is doing this, so the parents have to unregister and then 2 visitors get to go register. And so I didn't know what the visiting hours were. So I asked the nurse and I said, she's like, well, as long as you guys are quiet and, keep it down, you guys can stay after 9. So my niece looks at me and she's like, well, as long as you
Or not being yourself.
are not being yourself, that you can stay here. I'm like, well, she's feeling good.
So would it be is it okay to share your Facebook page and read the letter that was put on there from?
Oh, yes, please
Can I
do.
do that? Is that okay? Hey Joe, welcome
Yes.
back, man.
Hey, Joe.
I don't know what the crap was going on there.
Are,
So
are we
Are
sounding
you
okay to you now?
are we still
yes,
talking?
Okay, good.
but I had to stop a couple of programs. I don't know which one it is exactly. So, but anyways, keep going. Don't mind me.
Awesome.
So Jamie's
So,
gonna share a story real quick.
all right, so it actually is already teed up for us in here. So it says, last night we received a message that made us feel guilty for doubting that God was listening to us. Thy will be done is such a cruel yet pure statement that means just that. God's will be done means we can drop and crack our knees as much as we want, begging the Father Almighty to heal Krista. But it is His will. But if His will is to take her, then no amount of begging is going to change His mind. But this past week and the message we received last night has assured us that God's will is to let our Christabelli live. Miraculous, one doctor called her. A gift from God with a lot of love to give, the other said. Mind you, they are all from different religions, so you tell me. And here's the message. Christina, I was Krista's student nurse on Thursday and was the one that went back with her during her surgery. That day, I was so overwhelmed with emotion, learning about her story. It was the first time I had ever experienced anything so heartbreaking, especially with a pediatric patient. I probably broke down 3 or 4 times just thinking about all that y'all are going through, but I completely fell in love with her bravery and faith. I wanted to tell you that the entire day I felt God's presence. When we took her back right before anesthesia put her to sleep, she looked at him and said, God is with me. I held her hand and didn't want to let go. I constantly prayed over the surgeon. He was so awesome and kept saying he was going to do everything he could do for her. He kept saying, she needs us. When the time came for me to leave, I broke down again because I didn't want to leave her. I've never prayed so much in my entire life for someone I didn't know. Krista touched me so much, and I just haven't been able to get her off my mind. I hope this isn't weird. I just wanted to let you know that I am praying so hard for not only her, but y'all as well. Thank you for letting me take care of her.
Yeah, I've read that like 3 or 4 times, and it's just amazing, and I just love that she shared that with them and just gave them so much comfort.
Yeah. I appreciate her. You know, last season there was an episode where we got to talk about, we were saying, what are some of the heroes on the front lines? You know, we had people who kind of gave us some of their stuff, but like this is the type of heroes that we looked at. This is the type of hero, like she, you know, she's a student nurse, she says, but like her words are so touching. Her words are so, and you think, guys, you know, sometimes we let our loved ones go somewhere, and especially now, right now, it's hard to let them go anywhere in the hospital kind of situation because we can't see them if they're sick and all that other stuff.
Right.
But here, there's someone who just their confession, it helps me think, okay, there are some great people in our medical team, in our medical fields or whatever, that are there for us, and they act, you know, they're not just doing this for jobs or whatever. They do this because they really care and they have a heart. And so listening to her story, I'm just like I don't believe God could have put anyone better than this nurse with her. Does that make sense, kind of?
Yeah, no, I agree wholeheartedly. I'm like, wow. I mean, for her to be in there and to pray over the surgeon and all that stuff. I mean, it was just so powerful. And I mean, just this week with all the messages that I've received, especially Linda was at one of her prayer vigil that they did for her. And, but anyway, you guys have just been amazing. And so that's kind of why I took a little bit of a sabbatical last week, so I could just gather myself. Hey, Rod, thank you so much.
Aww.
But yeah, it's yeah, what's up with that, Joe?
I don't understand the question. See, there's a limit, and I'm right here.
Yeah, it was really encouraging seeing so many people really just pour out for you guys, for you, Sandy, and your family. You know, and Joe too. Joe's related to Krista as well. I know that was kind of
yeah, it was tough. Yeah, and I got some tough news too, but I don't want to go into it. But yeah, it's a tough. 2020 sucks.
and so that's why Jamie wants to do nothing but positive, happy, uplifting, right? Just because it has been, you know, it has been honestly super tough. But anyway, so Friday we got the, hey, she's doing great. And last night she was outside in her wheelchair when we went to see her, and that was awesome. And so anyway, then we got some Blackstone time in.
Oh, yes.
And we did brunch on Sunday, and I sent you guys a video of, we had a steak. I don't know, one of these. One night we had a steak. I don't remember what night it was.
I feel like the comment's more of like, we have steak multiple nights, but this was one of them.
Right.
Kind of
no,
situation.
It was whatchamacallit. This is a new technique. So guys, move over, Blackstone. You'll need your, what is it called?
A cast iron skillet.
Cast iron
skillet.
Mind you, real quick, you say move over Blackstone, but a Blackstone is made out of a cast iron. It's just giant.
Right.
Really big. All right, you want me to play it?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
We're steak and potato kind of people.
I don't mind that at all.
Oh, Eric said Friday night before the game. That's when y'all had it.
Oh,
okay. Supposed to be playing any noise?
Oh,
yeah, you should be able to hear something, but it's not that big. You can just hear the sizzle.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Is that a New York? No. Yeah, New York?
Don't ask me. I just know it's edible.
I was telling Sandy, I was like, shh. Oh, go ahead.
I said we love sauteed onions and mushrooms.
I love onions. Mushrooms, they have to be seasoned in a specific way for me to really get a kick out of them. Look at that.
This fool.
But those
who's over there with that White Claw?
My White Claw and potato chips. Oh, Eric said it's a
sirloin.
Ah, okay. Like cheap man steak. It's still good steak, though. It's still good steak.
It was sirloin. This is from our half a cow we bought, remember?
Oh, that's
so
right.
So it doesn't taste like cheap.
Is all the cow stored at your house?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Remember we had our whole, I think before this, what was it? Our extra fridge went out, and then we bought this thing, and then we're like, where are we going to put it? And Eric miraculously somehow found Lowe's had one freezer in stock, so we were able to fill our freezer.
Eric's cool like that, man. He always gets he makes things happen.
That's
does.
What I think
of when I think of Eric. And actually, while I'm on that topic, I'm actually going to be looking for that Funko thing that my
Linda
kid wanted.
Said, look at these potatoes; they had faces on them. That is so funny. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. That's hilarious.
So Sandy was talking about why all the positivity and stuff. So guys, make sure that you post to the page too, and you share the positivity, or you repost our stuff on your pages to spread all that goodness. Okay. And tell us the stories in the comments, and not just during the live show, but on any of those stuffs. And that way we can go through them and be able to share them with everyone anytime this week. I know we'll get into it. Oh, go ahead, Sunny.
No, well, I was just going to say, I meant to tell y'all, Cade marched at the Jones this weekend, or Friday night. And I shared some of his pictures. He said he absolutely loved it. He just thought it was just amazing to be able to march. And so he had this little grin on his face the whole time, but he was just ecstatic to be down there. Oh, awesome. Thank you for sharing those.
No, the next, there's one, not that one. There's another one where it's just right there.
He said he was absolutely loving being down there.
Really?
I said, you were the only one that had like a smile. Everybody else is like,
Who is he staring at? What is he staring at right there?
Who knows? Probably coming up with some plot and something.
That's a good catch. You got a good picture of him right there.
Well, it was a professional photographer. That's one of my friends said. She's like, "How'd you do that?" I'm like, "Nah, I was a professional photographer down there getting pictures of kids." The crazy part is they moved to. So we're on this side. I think we were on the east side, and they played to the Cooper, and I was like, "Cooper don't want to see y'all's faces. Your parents want to see your faces."
Right, exactly.
Thank you, Gabs, for that.
Aww.
I need to write that one down. And
what's Renee's favorite? What is she saying right there?
That picture of Cade.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
His little smirk.
CPJ said, Sandy, I like that you're kicking it in your 2019 hat because of 2020.
Listen, 2019. Well, oh my gosh. And so listen to this. So I had to reschedule my massage that I had because that was when my aunt passed a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And so I had messaged her. I'm like, hey, okay, I'm out of my self-imposed quarantine. I said, hey, can you schedule me? And she's like, yeah. And at the same time, I'm like, Eric, I need a happy hour. I've not been out since 2019. I need to do something with my friends. And so about the time she replies back, she's like, hey, can you do Thursday? And I'm like, oh, I already planned a happy hour. So you can come with me because I missed the schedule. So anyway, yeah, I told Eric, it's like, I feel like we haven't been out since 2019. That was so like 10 years ago, it seems like. But anyway,
awesome.
How was your day, Joe? Because I think I've already like.
So my few days, I had some troubles there for a few days, and then, but I think the big kid has made it home.
It's like Ricky wants to communicate.
You hear the dogs barking, letting us know that somebody's
here?
Yeah. And then, so I watched your show on Saturday.
Are we gonna do that now?
Okay, no. Let's backtrack.
Okay.
I had to get up early because I had to take Kiki to school because even though she's doing online learning for the testing, they want them there to do the testing.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so I had to take her. She had 2 tests. She says it takes like 30 minutes. I'll be done in 30 minutes. So I stayed there at the school, and I thought, hey, I don't go to bed till like 3:30 in the morning. So I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning, had to wake up, take her to school, and then I was like, okay, tried to sleep in the car, and I couldn't sleep in the car because I'm like, I got all this stuff, and then I get home and you start your show, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm watching it, I'm putting it to the side,
When you said you fell asleep, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we bored him.
No, it was not boring. I was trying to stay awake. I was trying to watch and listen, and I'm like, and then I wake up and I hear you saying, okay, that's all the time we got for today.
That's the best compliment you can give anyone who has a live show is like, hey, I fell asleep at your show.
Right, I know.
I was so worried. I'm like, oh man.
No. So I went back and watched the replay, and I finished watching the replay, and I was like, oh, that was actually pretty interesting. So we ended up watching that show later the night.
Oh, did you?
And so I got to see the little. I felt it was more like Predator 2 than it was Saran Wrap. I was like, who even thinks of that?
Someone who hasn't seen Predator.
Right, exactly.
Sandy.
Well, I just thought maybe she'd never seen it before.
Right. Yeah, and I was like, wow, that is just crazy. So it was, and I agreed with y'all. I was like, how do you not remember that? You get home, and then your husband gets an email and says, hey, by the way, and you're like, oh, yeah.
I had a buddy. His name was JD. He's still around sometimes, but he didn't remember when he got taken by aliens, and
right, exactly. That's how.
And he is an alien. Let's just go ahead and put
and then
that
the whole sounds thing. Whenever you guys played the sounds, I was like, well, that's kind of freaky,
dude.
And then they, watching the show, and you're like, holy smokes, that was weird. And they're just like trying, and I'm like, are you stupid?
Yes, they are.
Shut up, white person.
Oh my gosh.
Man, if Jamie and JD and I would have been camping, and then we heard a noise like that, and then Jamie started like calling back at him, I would have like, what the heck is your problem?
I would have snapped, and then I would have been a murder mystery.
Yes.
Why don't you tell them to come right where we're at?
Right. I said I would have killed him because the aliens were going to kill us. That's
Oh my gosh, it was so horrible, man.
It was just crazy. It was a good, intense show. I liked it. I liked that kind of intensity stuff. So it was just like the different stories. But then we started watching another one. There was one about the Russian campers that had gotten taken. Yes. So I was like, Sandy needs to talk about that one.
Yes.
And then y'all mentioned Skinwalker Ranch, and I've actually listened to a podcast about Skinwalker Ranch. So I was like, oh, that one was pretty cool too. So there's some pretty cool stuff that I'm like starting to get a little bit more interested in than I would. I don't go out looking for that stuff. So I thought it was cool that it kind of brought my attention to that.
Right. And that's where I'm going to put in real quick, hashtag Renee needs to call me.
Look at this right here. Renee said she was going to go camping.
You're the exact they were telling not to. You're like,
This is Renee. Carrie, but wait, has Sandy seen Saran Wrap? The assistant and his kitchen skills are on point. White claw and potential.
she's got a point there. She's got a point.
Yeah.
That's my snack.
Yeah. And I was like, when they showed the picture of her, in that little square, I was like, you can't just do that. And you can't just like take the picture and then change the settings to it's a little small and then change it back. Not back in those days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially in those days. And then just, did you think that guy looked like Willie Nelson? Just
He did look like Willie Nelson.
And his last name was Nelson.
He did look like Willie Nelson.
I don't remember that guy. What?
So that's what I did. And then what did I do Sunday? Oh, Sunday I did absolutely nothing. It was amazing. It was amazing that I didn't do
Is that
anything.
typical for you though?
What?
Is that typical for you on Sundays or not?
No, usually so this next Sunday or this next weekend, I am booked up. Like I have shoots pretty much throughout the
Really?
week. So for me to not have something to do on Sunday was like, it was awesome actually.
Yeah, I bet.
But then, you feel there were certain things that I needed to get done and I didn't get done. And, and the producer were there like, hey, we're laying in the bed and we're like, hey, we should get up and clean. Okay.
That's about like us. That's kind of
a good idea. Joe's like, let's
stick a pin in that and we'll circle back around.
He's like, hey Siri, find me a maid.
Right, exactly. That's basically what it was. But
I should have said that.
I heard someone's go off.
Mine.
Nope, mine didn't say anything. So
No,
yeah, it
that
was just
all me. Did y'all see this? It's in my white girl blood. I need to run to change.
like moths to the flames.
I know.
So does that mean that anytime? Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm just thinking that white people. Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Yeah, like what's that movie, Jamie? The one where
Blair Witch Project.
No, the monster in New York City where they shoot on shaky cam the whole time.
Yeah. Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. It's a modern day Godzilla, but it's called Cloverfield, and it's just funny how they're just like,
Love that movie.
Dude, what's going on? We need to go check it out. No, we don't.
There was a Cedric the Entertainer had a stand up on that. He was like, if I see somebody running, I'm running too. And he's like, get Lisa and them. Get Lisa and them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was so funny. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know about y'all. I don't think that I'll be camping anytime soon.
Oh yeah. See, I love camping.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah, I'm going camping.
That last camping trip we got to take Joe before I left Lubbock was like, I always think about that because I was like, man, that was so much fun.
It was fun. And we were camping where we weren't supposed to be camping. Oh, wait, was that the one?
No, that was a different one.
That was a different one.
Yeah.
What do you mean you were camping where you weren't supposed to be camping?
They had actually closed that part of the park. Are you recording? I mean, there used to be 5 of us.
Drop names and addresses, please.
The other guy, he's not with us anymore.
Yeah,
we'll tell you what.
For the guy that we'd never talk about.
His name was John Smith. We'll always remember his name.
Yeah, he didn't hang around that much, so.
No.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Did y'all see on my Sandy Talk sheet page? I had one of my friends post. She saw a UFO in Loveland.
Yes.
Did you see it, Joe?
Oh, I think I saw part of the video and I was like, what is this? What is this floating balloon stuff?
If anybody was in Loveland this weekend and saw that, holler. Because it was like a triangular shape, made no noise, and it was flying really, really low.
Yeah, it's called a drone.
Where is it? Where did you put it?
It's on the Sandy Talk sheet page.
Oh, wrong place. Keep talking.
Yeah, it was. So my weekend was fairly uneventful. Today was take my son to work day, and I made him work on a computer, so that was fun.
Like computer games.
Yeah, so it was funny because I actually had to. It was Kiki's laptop, and I had to reinstall Windows on it, and it had been freezing up. So Jet took it upon himself to install a game on it so he could test it.
Oh, smart. Very, very smart.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do. He's got to test it and stuff like that. So
Rod is saying, that's right. Y'all did camp in that area.
I can't find it, Sandy. It's
no,
not here.
Rod, we did not. We have no idea what you're talking about.
So Linda said, camping was great when I was younger, but personally, I like indoor restrooms. Linda?
Yeah.
Joe, don't be. What is this? Don't be a fun sucker with a good
dog.
alien dog.
I don't think it was on your Sandy Talks page.
It is, but I don't know how to access it. She posted it on there, but it's like you can't look at it for some reason. So weird.
Are you sure she didn't put it on Suds?
So are we going to play the interesting video since we can't find that one? The interesting video that we saw that Sandy posted?
Yes. While he looks for that, let's look at this.
Yeah. While he's looking at that. So I want to know what y'all's reaction would be to this video. Hold up. I'm going to pause it right quick and then we're going to rewind it.
Well, just like Linda Chic, Arthur likes indoor restrooms.
Where is Linda?
Okay. So, Sandy, you want to kind of build this up here?
So here's the deal. So this caught my eye because the guy was out running, and I occasionally dabble in running. Y'all know that. Just never in this part of the woods, okay? So anyway, I told the guys, I'm like, y'all, this is a great headline. A guy was stalked by a cougar for 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
How do they know it was 6 minutes?
Yeah. You don't want to be stalked by.
Yeah, so we're not going to play it all, but I want you to pay close attention to here at the beginning because this is literally where I would like poop my pants.
Right. Like there's no indoor restroom here. It's going to be
right. He says go like right there.
What in the world?
I mean,
look at that.
No.
Hell to the no. Look.
So I don't know.
Oh my gosh! Why is he walking towards it?
That looks like a kitten, like one of her kittens. And then it's like rolling, and then he's like, "Get away from me! Get away from me!"
Oh my gosh! But y'all, let's take a moment to appreciate how pretty.
Look how pretty this place is, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's like right here, right now.
And orange and yellows.
I meant to take a picture for you guys. That's what it looks like right now.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Look, and then look, there she is. Do you see her? She's right there.
No.
See, I had no idea. Like, where did she come from? A little stealth.
See, that's so crazy. And he's like trying to be bigger, and she's like, I don't think so.
This is also what happens in a club when a cougar is after you. They come out of nowhere.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
I'm gonna shut up because all I can think of is he was going back towards the cats.
He was probably trying to take one home and pet it. He's probably trying to rescue it and trying to get it to
yeah, that's what he was doing.
Wildlife rescue service.
So here's a little hint for all of our campers out there and people that are in the outdoors. If you see baby animals, run the opposite direction because Mama is around somewhere.
Do not,
Hurry.
For the love of sweet baby Jesus, not go towards the animals. Do not.
If an absolute behest, if you have to, just start peeing on yourself.
Right.
And pooping on yourself.
That's a guarantee.
Yeah,
that is a guarantee that I will do all of those things.
Because that bear or that cheetah would look at me and be like, ooh.
Cochina.
Cochina, mira.
Like for 6 minutes this goes on, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I would have gone after the first 5 minutes. It goes on to last
call.
It's like she's got to catch me.
Following him, like she's like, I'm kicking you out.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like elbows and butthole. That's where I'm at. What was that's all you gotta see of me.
Knees to chest.
Look, there she goes. She's back. She's gone.
Because she realized how far she was away. Remember, they fast, so she was like, yeah.
She's like,
she reminds me of what was Bob's wife's name? Rosie. She reminds me of what Rosie, when she needed to kick Bob out. Remember? Y'all remember that in La Bamba?
Oh
You
yeah,
Mom's
want
wife.
chips?
yeah,
That's all you got.
yeah. I was like,
That's all
yeah.
right.
Okay,
That's
so
all
going
right.
back to some of these comments, Jamie, the reason you can't find it's because the FBI took it off. SBA.
I mean, it makes sense.
Joanne says, "Don't like to go behind a tree when you're camping."
So you
Yep.
just go right next to the camp.
There was a lot of stuff happening. Run,
Yeah.
Forrest, run. Yeah, really. Where's the broom or the chocolate? Because typically you don't run with those items.
Typically, you don't run with those. Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of trees.
Just a normal Saturday night at Chances Are. Renee, it is still open.
What it is?
Yeah.
Chances are, oh yeah.
Chances are
Whoa.
that you'll get a divorce there.
Or you'll find your reason for it.
Or
John
something
Madden.
else.
Spoiler alert. No problem. The river would flow. Renee.
Oh, I was like, I don't understand.
Of course he is, Renee. What are you thinking?
He's running to the danger.
He
Yes.
went back to it after he got back from it. He was like,
I
"Oh,
promise you.
he was gonna be like this." He's like, "Come here, come here, come here."
No.
Here, kitty, are you lost, kitty?
There's videos where guys are at the zoo and the lions, and they're doing the same thing, and the lion's like smells and then just goes, it takes their freaking wrist. And you know what? I think you're gonna lose a battle with the lion through the fence.
Speaking of animals, so I saw this one video where these people are trying to take photographs of bison out in the field. I think it was a TikTok, and somebody was like, was being the words, and they start running, and one of the guys is not fast enough, so he just falls down dead. He just falls down dead. The bison just listen to him. And he didn't get stopped.
He probably shat himself.
He probably definitely pooped himself.
Hey, Priscilla. Thanks for
Hi,
coming out.
Priscilla.
All right. I got
Priscilla. We start at 9:00 now, not 9:30.
Still coming in. She's on time. Priscilla said.
That's too funny.
Did you get a video? You said.
Oh, I did, but then I stopped.
Why
my
did you
goodness!
stop?
I don't know.
You stopped. You just stopped. You just didn't get
Right.
I wanted to watch the video, make sure it's appropriate for folks.
You want to make sure. He's doing a scrub real quick to make sure that he's got all the.
Well, luckily this one was already scrubbed because the guy was cussing up a storm.
Yeah, I think there was one F-bomb that I missed, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right at the beginning. He's like, when he's trying to be big, trying to scare the.
Yeah, he's like, I'm big and scary, and then you look at him, I'm like, no, you're not really that big or something.
Not really, no. Yeah.
You're cougar material.
Yeah, she was definitely protecting her young because usually if they're stalking you, you don't know that they're stalking you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I got a few videos lined up here.
Priscilla said there was something she wanted to share, but she can't remember what it was. That sounds about right for me. I'm like, what did I come in this room for?
I object.
That's why I'm always objecting. Priscilla.
All right, so here's the first video real quick.
Hearing for the.
Oh, that's why I couldn't hear it earlier. Got it.
Oh, because you have it on mute?
Yeah.
Because it's for deaf and hearing impaired?
Uh-oh. Nice.
Yeah, I can't even. Right now, nice tat.
Right.
I know, that's what I was looking at.
Whoa.
You see right when she just loses it.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It's so.
He's like, I thought your voice was nicer than this.
Can you shut up now?
Take it away.
Stop it. Never mind.
All right.
No, there's a really good one when the baby hears his mom for the first time. Man, that one was really cool to see because he's like doing this and they put the implants in his ear and
yeah,
she
here
looks,
it is right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Yeah, watch. I love that the kid's just playing with his toy and he's just like, doo-doo-doo. I watched some of these videos and I thought, they got to be feeling and thinking, yeah, you are a bunch of crackpots. This stuff's not going to work. Like I've
Right.
lived my whole life without hearing. What are you thinking here?
That's so crazy. It's like, are they turning it on or what are they doing?
I know.
Yeah.
Come on, little boy. Give us what we.
Oh, look at
Oh!
his face.
Did you see that?
Oh,
This
right.
is awesome.
Well, most of these ones that I've seen, not with the kids, they get scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that really shocked him. You could just see.
Well,
the
so we
film.
think that Jet had some liquid in his ears or something when he was first born, because he couldn't hear us really well. And then we actually took him to a speech therapist thinking that because we felt like he was delayed or whatever. Now he can't shut up. But anyways,
I was dead.
oh, he's here in the room. Sorry.
Did I hear something?
Yes, you did.
Right? Oh, you can
Any-
hear
Anyways, so what happened was we think that it finally drained out on its own, but there was a time where he didn't like any type of loud noise whatsoever. Like we couldn't go into the public restroom and flush the toilet because he was just like, it was like super loud to him. The first time that we visited the ocean with him and we were walking on the beach at night, it was just so loud to him. He's like, what is all this noise?
Oh my
Man.
gosh.
I could be like Joe was probably like, just grow up. It's just ocean water, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing, kid?
Right.
Just play it.
World's
So-
worst
That's
dad.
Joe. Yeah.
So I have a friend who she doesn't know if she was born deaf or not really sure because her mom had gone into, I want to say early labor, and they didn't think the baby was going to make it. So when they came around to the nursery and taking everybody, they were like, "Oh, that baby's not going to make it. Don't worry about it." So about 3 years old, when she was 3 years old, her mom dropped this pot, and she said the mom was like, "Oh my gosh, this is going to scare the baby." Well, the baby never even turned around. And that was like when she realized, she's like, "I think my baby can't hear."
Mm-hmm.
So they took her in.
Whoa.
And so she's learned to speak. Because she's really good at reading lips and stuff. And so if she's looking at me, she can talk back to me. And so she's had tutors. I mean, her mom did really good in being proactive, just as soon as they found out. But yeah, so they don't know if she was born like that or because she got sick and had a real high fever, if that's what caused it.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So I want to show you this video too, right here. This one got me pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay.
Renee right here. Who's cutting?
So this grandfather just opened these shoes.
Oh.
The ones that flash, is that?
Yeah, that's all. That's all it is about it. Look at him. Look at him. He's like.
That is so cute.
Yeah, right. It was pretty fantastic. Like
I love his reaction.
yeah. See.
What does he say?
Aw.
Oh,
The
Hey, you
dog
need some
helped his little ferret friend up there.
he's like, what are these?
Yeah. He's kind of like, okay.
I'm like, all right, it's got shoestrings. It's a regular shoe. Holy smokes! It almost lasered me.
So funny. I love
And
that.
it's pretty stinging.
These shoes almost lasered me.
He is over the moon about that. I love it.
I love he goes and hits him on the grandkid.
Here's another clip in here I wanted to show you.
Happy birthday! So it's lagging on my end, y'all. So if I'm giving late responses, you know why.
Okay. I thought
Oh,
of Sandy when I
yes.
saw this.
I
It's-
love this one.
Oh, look at him.
He is smitten.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
is.
you are so pretty.
Well, okay, so that's one interpretation, right? The other one could be he's like, I'm just focusing on you because I'm not going to register the prick you're about to give me. So,
That's some laser focus, though. Seriously.
All right, and then I've got one more, but not
Oh,
in here.
that little
Oh, I
baby.
get.
He's like, Mom, look at me. Look how cute
Oh,
I
you
am.
don't kid. All right, and then this last one I want to share with y'all.
Y'all know what? Like, I'm a sucker for those the coming home videos for the soldiers. Oh
Oh, I
my
should have
Yeah.
god!
got one.
Because
I'm sorry.
because I know how they feel in that exact second when they see their soldier. You just know that emotion. Oh my!
Right.
Did you have do you have a video like that you
I
did for you?
I don't. We never did
Oh,
one.
Or the
okay. All right.
surprise where the kids see their dad come home. That one's
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yeah.
I recorded it, but I did one for the boys.
All right, this kid can't see color, guys.
Oh, I have a friend that did the same thing.
Wow. He's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
That's awesome.
All right, that one got me finally in the end because being a father, I'm like,
Yeah. It reminds me of the show Pleasantville because they were in black and white.
why?
They
Oh
were
yeah,
in
yeah,
black
yeah,
and
yeah.
white, and then they started seeing color.
Yeah.
And then the dads were all together. It's like, good thing we're safe here in this bowling alley because we don't want any of that other stuff that's going on out there.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
oh wow.
Oh my gosh! You know how? So I looked at those
You know how
glasses.
expensive those are, kid.
They're like $400. They're like
That's just crazy.
$400.
Yeah, to be colorblind.
I know.
I can't even
So-
imagine it. Like, it's even hard for me to imagine being colorblind like that.
All right, so let me tell y'all real quick. My little story with this is I can't imagine being colorblind, but here's what I can imagine, guys. Is at one point in my life, my retinas had detached from my eyes, and I had to go into the hospital and get some stuff done. That stuff was a separate story. But there's after the retinas got attached, I developed cataracts and severe cataracts twice in both eyes. And it's not the same as losing color, but the world definitely changes. It's like looking through the world with a potato chip. And
Oh.
that happened. And I remember going through that and getting a little emotional now because I remember going through that and I thought, well, this sucks to have had my retinas attached and then to get this. And then I found out I could get it fixed and I did, but then it happened again and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Is this something that was regular? Anyway, long story short, I remember after they did the cataract surgery, both of them, the most recent one I had last year, I remember walking outside and just remember looking out and just being like, oh my God, like everything was so vibrant. Greens were super green and reds was super red and the sky was
Super blue.
beautiful blue. And I remember when my ride got there and he came to pick me up and I was sitting there and I was like, man, this feels so much better now. And I remember he took me to Subway so I could get a sandwich and go home. But I got in the Subway sandwich and I just started crying. I started losing it in there. And they were like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. Bread looks brown. I was like, it was green. I was like, I'm so sorry. I can't even express to you or tell you. I was like, oh.
Yeah, this is the happiest Subway moment ever.
It was, I walked out and I got back in the truck and I just started crying. I was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, but everything just looks beautiful. I was like, you don't understand, man. So I can't understand that, but I can definitely say that I have had an experience with my eyes where I've thought, good Lord, things look beautiful. And so
Jamie, so just out of curiosity, how does that happen so that we can avoid our retinas from detaching? How do we steer clear from that?
you can't. So a lot of people who are in like boxing or sports cars, when you get in an accident, literally just imagine like you hit the back of your head, your retina can detach. And so there are other times where people are not doing anything. The guy who married my wife and I, Joe, he was just driving down the street with his wife, and then all of a sudden he just says, oh, I can't see out my left eye anymore, or right eye, whichever one. He's like, I can't see out of one of my eyes anymore. And they had to go to the hospital, and his retina had just detached. So,
oh my goodness.
no, whatever. And so,
We
but
talked
yeah,
to
but
Lort about that.
It's like, my plugs need to be.
yeah, but cataracts.
my God.
Cataracts is it's when
Don't do
if
your
you-
eyes like that.
That's okay.
Just stop, don't touch.
Cataracts is whenever they so when you have your first cataracts, they take the lens out of your eye and they replace it with a new one. And so I have expensive lenses in my eyes because I got these premiums these are reading glasses. I don't really need them to look and drive and all that. I just wear them so I can read all the tiny letters and stuff. But there's this stuff, these proteins that get in the back of the lens, and so they end up covering the lens, and that's why you see through. Why it's like I say, guys, it's take a potato chip or take a Saran wrap, Sandy, and throw some
Some
manteca on there
butter. Yeah.
and look through that,
A
and that's what
wall.
that's what it feels like looking through
Oh my goodness.
cataract lenses. So that's the first time. The second time when they did it, I had the brand new lens. They say proteins will try to attack it, and then they have to shave them off. After your second one, from what I understand, you don't get any more than that. Your body only responds twice to it or something like that. So
Oh.
yeah, but it's
So there's
it's
no
pretty
three
emotional.
strikes, you're out.
Well,
as far
no, I
as
mean you don't have. Yeah, you won't get them again. You
Oh, I was like,
I was
me. You
I
don't
was
get
like, I was thinking like the third time they're like, no, we're not gonna do it again.
no, you don't get the cataracts. You don't get cataracts.
Is that hereditary? Do I need to check
No,
my
I mean-
gunna?
Yeah, I know. Since we're blood related, Jamie, I need to make sure that.
Yeah.
Gabby said
Oh.
Joe knows all about expensive lenses.
I do know about expensive lenses, but not the ones that fit in the eyeballs.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a little different story.
It's really
there.
crazy, guys. Like they'll go to your eye, they put this little lens on your eye, and then they kind of poke a hole. And then you remember the Flowbee? You remember when it vacuumed your hair and it cut it?
Yeah.
So this thing, it sucks the lens and cuts it and pops it out your eye. Then you move to another table. All this takes less than a minute. You go to the other table, they put you in. They have this little thing that's like, it looks like that. And it's in a little straw that they put in your eye again. And then they do something with their wand, and then it starts, and it goes like that.
I gotta watch this, dude. This is gonna be awesome. I gotta look this up.
I can't watch any videos anymore. I used to like watching videos of eye stuff, but ever since the surgery.
So were you awake during that time then?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so I can't even set up, where they tell you put your forehead right here and your chin right here, and then you're waiting for that little blow to go in your eye, and you're like, I can't even do that.
So when you mentioned that, Sandy, before I found out about the retina detaching, I did have a traumatic experience where they had to put this little, it's like an ocular, it's like a contact lens connected to I don't know, like, so it's like this.
Like a plunger?
Yeah, yes, kind of, but it's permanent. So they stick that on your eye so you can't blink. And then they went on another side and they went with these lasers, and then they just shot in my eye like crazy to see if they could save the retina from detaching before it detached.
Oh my goodness.
I tell you, I've never been in as much pain in my life as ever. Like, there was a point where I was like, oh my gosh, he goes, don't move.
They can't
move.
numb you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, I had to do something like that for Balana.
It's painful. It's painful. It's beyond like it's tragic. All they're doing is shooting this bright light, and you can't take your eyes off. So imagine staring at the sun, and you can't take your eyes off it.
Yeah.
And so they're just shooting and shooting and shooting. Like I was crying, not crying, but like tears just were rolling, like flooding down my eye.
You were crying.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, but it was just flooding. Like, not like little tears, and a little bit more, like 15 minutes straight of just water leaking out of my, like, my entire shirt was drenched. It was afterwards they were like, are you okay? Blah, 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 check the, which is something about the videos that's funny, is like, don't ask people, can you see, can you hear, all this stuff. It's like, just calm down, because they asked me, is everything, I was like, yeah. And they're like, do you need anything? I said, if I could ask everyone to leave the room, that would be really appreciated, please. And they all left, and then I for real cried, and I was just like, oh my God, that hurt so much. It was so painful. I had to call my wife, and I'm like, babe, I'm in so much pain right now. And so
wow.
Yeah.
Y'all, look at this right here. We received a praise report from Madeline's eye doc last week. Through years of therapy, her weaker eye is no longer in the legally blind ring. Praise the Lord.
Woo-hoo!
That is so awesome.
That is awesome news.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so great, Carrie. Congratulations, Maddie. I don't know if she's watching, if she's staying
Right.
up late to whatever, but Yeah.
Then you'll have
Man.
Gabby over here cringing.
So yeah, so when Balana was born, they
Uh-huh.
actually, because she was on oxygen, they actually had to do a test on her eyes to make sure they were okay. And she's like this big,
Right.
and they're like strapping her down, or she's wrapped up, and they say hold down, and the doctor's like, I don't know if you want to watch this,
Oh.
and I was like, I got it, it's cool. It's like, I don't mind that stuff.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Right, exactly. Well, at the time I was 15. I was a teenage dad. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, so they put these, and she's all happy and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden they put the clips in her eyes to keep them open like this,
Oh my
and she
God.
starts bawling bloody murder. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is about to happen? And he takes this instrument, goes right here near the tear duct, and kind of bounces the eyeball around to make sure that it's okay.
What?
I guess they're just saying to make sure that it bounces or whatever. And it's so weird because I'm like, I'm just like mesmerized by it. What they're doing this to my daughter because
no.
it was the most, probably one of the most weird things I've ever seen in my life, and I felt so bad for her because I'm like, can I pick her up now? Can I pick her up? It's like, no, we're almost done. It's like, are you sure? Can I pick her up now?
Oh my God. I
So-
can't even imagine.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine either.
It's some crazy times there. Whenever because they want you to follow up because of the things that she went through when she was born. But
Right.
that one was just crazy to me. And like I said, being a teen dad or whatever, just
Where's
Yes,
Milana? Does she hear all this? Is she hearing all this?
Get in the comments, Balana.
yeah,
Chris, are you there? Can you hear him too?
exactly. Yeah, it was.
He says you're rocking the cradle.
Yeah. Speaking of cougars,
Right.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
calm
one
down,
asked.
Siri.
That's what his series named. Hey, Cougar.
Oh my goodness!
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Right.
That is hilarious.
Hey, so who do we have coming on this next day or two, Mr. Pineapples?
Well, we've got Momager who's coming in tomorrow. Dolores.
Yes.
Yes. Gamboa.
Mm,
So she's going to talk to us tomorrow
Elmer.
because
I don't think it's Gam. Go ahead.
Is it Gamboa Elmer?
It's Elmer. Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Sorry, I'm looking at Gabby's name. I looked at Gabby's name. I apologize.
Yeah.
Anyway, Momager's going to come on tomorrow night, and she's going to talk to us about Down syndrome. So Momager has a son who has Down syndrome, and October is Down syndrome awareness month. And so she's going to come on and just kind of introduce us to that, because I didn't know that there was a month that was
I didn't either.
made for awareness for that. And having someone close, with Gabs, and I wanted to be able to kind of understand more about this. And I thought it'd be a great time to hear from someone who's experienced it, who's raising a family, who's doing all that stuff, and have her on the show and tell us what's up.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah. And then Wednesday,
Wednesday, we have my friend coming on.
oh, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, his name is Topher Cavarubio. It's funny because he used to work with me out at Caboose, and his mom worked there before he did. And every time she would come to pick up her check, I would always say her name. Here you go, Diana Cavarubio.
I guess you had to be there.
This is like, but yeah. So, what?
So wrong.
Just playing.
You're lucky I can't hear you because you're like cutting out on my side. But Topher is a excellent pumpkin carver, and he's been featured on the
that's
news.
right.
He's been featured on the news like several times on his pumpkin collection, and so we're going to bring him on. He's going to talk about that. He's got some special pumpkins that he wants to talk about. And
Oh,
then,
no way.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And these aren't the pumpkins that he keeps them, so they're plastic pumpkins, and he carves them and he holds on to them. So they're not the real live pumpkins and stuff that you
He carves plastic pumpkins.
The hard plastic pumpkins, he carves those, so it's going to be really cool. And he's got some crazy designs that he's done over the years. So I think he's
awesome.
like around 100 and something pumpkins.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I think I might be underguessing that, but I think it's 100 and something pumpkins. So
He's
be
gonna
on
come on. He's gonna be like, Joe, that was like me at 13
right,
years old.
exactly.
I'm a 40-year-old man. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's going to do a demo, but he's definitely going to show us how. He'll probably tell us the tools that he uses and stuff like that. But yeah, he puts some
Eric
time
needs
into
a new hobby. Eric needs a new hobby.
Well,
So.
the funny thing is several years ago, because we didn't want to make a mess with new ones, we actually bought a pumpkin and he carved it out. I don't think we have it anymore. That was so 2008.
Well, I don't know.
Right.
We'll have to ask him. That'll be a good question for him. It's like, are they messy? Probably because I wonder if the smell and stuff, because he's using probably a Dremel tool or something like that. I don't know any
A melting
specifics.
blade.
Yeah. We shall see. Those are questions. So if you want to know, then
Inquiring
definitely
minds
stay
want to know.
tuned for that episode.
So listen up, everyone. Remember,
Gabs, I would win. There's no competition here.
I'm not getting my hand dirty. Okay. The thing.
I don't know that he'd win. I don't know that he'd win. I won't go that far.
Between y'all two, and I'll be the judge.
Gabs, I would win.
Okay, I'll be the judge. Y'all two carve.
Interesting. Anyway,
Oh.
guys, remember, we'll want the feel good stuff this month. So if you or someone who has a story or stories that should come on and share with people, let us know so that we can get a spot reserved for them and have them come on and do that. Because,
Yep.
it doesn't have to be, I don't know, sometimes you guys feel like, oh, we need these ultra, spectacular people with accolades out the wazoo, whatever. I think a lot of times there's just some general people out there who could use a spotlight. And if you know them, tell us. And we'd love to have them come and share their stories with you all.
Don't drop the bar down too low now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we don't need to know that you actually cut your toenails for the first time. And because we don't do feet, okay?
No.
Although,
No, we don't.
Sandy does not do feet, so we will not be having that on.
No. We don't need all that.
I am lost on where to go.
Oh,
Me.
okay.
Priscilla says, hit my friend Rudy Parras Jr. He's a tattoo artist.
Oh, we actually have one already in the wings.
Thank you, Priscilla.
But if they don't happen to follow through, we will do that.
Right.
All right.
Next. And no feet. Yes, Priscilla. No feet.
No
Our
Sasquatch,
bellies.
hairy,
No bellies either. No like
crusty.
belly, what do you call it? Piercings, stuff like that. So keep that away. All right, guys. We're on long enough. We love you all. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us.
Everybody.
And
Toodles.
as usual,
Remember to wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know?